Welcome to my Java video series. Today I am going to talk about inheritance. We have already discussed about the inheritance in my demonstration series, which is your initial part of the course. So I advise you to refer that complete series before going through this inheritance series. But I would prefer to take a quick overview from that series. So I started from APIE. E stands for abstraction, P stands for polymorphism, I stands for inheritance, and E stands for encapsulation. In our past series, we have done a lot of examples about the classes and objects, which is part of the encapsulation. And today, I'm going to talk about the inheritance. This is the I factor I'm going to talk here today. Inheritance. We are learning this APIE in a reverse order. So initially we completed the encapsulation part. Now I'm moving towards inheritance. I stands for inheritance. So inheritance, in general terms, what we learn in our books, inheritance is a process of deriving a new class from the existing class, and the new class will be your derived class, and the existing class will be the parent class, or that will be your base class. Right, this is our one of the very standard and very common definition we have seen. But actually, being a programmer, what I always feel, we should always understand the real use of these things, because I'm not going to go for the examination. I'm a developer and I have to write the code, and I must know where I can use the inheritance in my project requirement. So let's have a quick understanding, let's have a quick overview about this. So inheritance is one of the most important object oriented feature which will offer you few important things. This will offer you, inheritance offers three major things. Inheritance will offer three major things. One, it will offer extensibility, as its name says. Inheritance will offer extensibility, which is it's a very important feature for the object software development. Any software you are going to write in your career must be extensible. Means you can have some existing class, and by extending the existing class we can add on some new feature in your derived class, extending the features. So it is about extending the existing features, extending the existing features. Now we have here reusability. So reusability means you have something which is already useful, and I'm going to uh, reuse the existing feature and add on some new features. So something will be reusable, so we can save a lot of time to rewrite the same thing. So whatever the reusable things we can keep in the parent class, and that will be useful to all child classes. So reusable means some common features, some common features will be ready to use without rewrite. So you have ready-made things, you just have to use in your child classes. Now sometime we have got some feature, sometime we get some feature from the parent class, but probably they are not fit for your child situation, for they are not fit for the child classes. In many cases we may have to customize the things. So customization is another important thing which is offered by the inheritance. So this is actually done through the overriding. This is implemented using overriding. We will cover up this point in coming videos, not in this today's videos, but this is another important thing which is offered by the inheritance, and this is exclusively used in a situation when we have got something inherited from the parent class and which is actually not fit in your case. So in that situation you can redefine the features as you need. According to your situation you can change it. So this is very important. So we'll cover up more on the customization side. Today I'm going to just describe the inheritance and basic things I will talk today in this first video. Now the another part is, when you are talking about the uh, object oriented programming system, when you are talking about the modularity, the technique in the software engineering recommend to split your all complex pieces into complex system into multiple small pieces. So when you have a complex system, it's a big system. Software engineering recommend us to split complex pieces into small pieces, so that the small piece will be easy to manage, easy to extend, easy to customize, easy to test. So a lot of advantages we'll get in the modularity. Now the point is, we have splitted our system into multiple small pieces. Now the point is, to run your system you need to assemble all these pieces. So how that can be done? So it can be done through two different approaches. Software engineering recommend to split a complex system in multiple small pieces. Now the point is, how these pieces will be assembled to work to achieve a common objective. Now the point is, the question is how to integrate or assemble pieces to run as a complete system. How this can be done? So we have multiple approaches to integrate. So there are two different relations. So we have two relations here. We have two relations to do this job. Assembling is done in two different ways. One, you can go through the is a relation, which is also known as generalization. This is very interesting part, is a relation. And second one is has a relation. So has a relation is about composition. So these two things we have here now, but the inheritance is about the first four things. Inheritance will offer you extensibility, inheritance will offer you reusability, and inheritance will offer you customization, and inheritance will offer you is a relation. So that is your generalization part. Now let's have a quick example. But before going to going through this particular video series, I must recommend you to read the demo series. You must complete the inheritance part from the demo series. That is very interesting. I have discussed those things in more detail in the demo session. So go to there and check the all in detail part. So now let me talk about a small diagram here. Suppose this is my parent class. This is my parent class here. This is animal. This is my parent class here, animal. And I'm going to add here two features. This is eat, animal can eat, and I will provide here some implementation. And this is another feature here. This is run, eat and run. Now when I'm talking about the dog, I can add here one more feature, like I can add here bark. So bark is another animal. So what I call here, bark, dog is a animal. I refer this as dog is a animal. How I read? Dog is a animal, or I can read here dog extends the feature of animal. Means dog has two features, sorry, animal has two features, and now dog has 2 plus 1. So it is extended. 2 plus 1, 2 plus 1 is 3. So this is when something is when something is added in your child class, it is now 3. So it is extended from 2 to now 3. So this is extended here. You have added new feature in the dog. So this is called extending the feature. That's why the keyword is called extends. Extends means adding something in the child class. So you are extending the new features in child class. Similarly, I can say here cat is an animal, and I'm going to add a method here, bite. So this is cat is a animal. What is the relationship between animal and cat? It is a relation. So cat is a animal, dog is a animal. Dog and cat both belongs to the common category, which is animal. So dog and cat both are animals. So how I can write here? I can write like this: dog is a animal, and I can write here cat is a animal. In fact, we can write here like this. We can write here dog extends the feature of animal. Similarly, I can write here cat extends the feature of animal. So you can write like this. So this is your cat extends the feature of animal. So this is about extensibility. Similarly, you can create here few more things. For example, I'm going to add one more class here. I'm going to add here labradog, and labradog is an animal, and I'm going to add here one more feature. So labradog, for labradog I'm adding here fight. And how many features will be there? We have multiple features here. 2 2 plus 1 plus 1. So we have 4 features total. So 2 features will be inherited from the animal, 1 will be inherited from the dog, and we have added here fight. So which is your fourth feature. So labradog, how we can read this? How we can read this? Labradog is a labradog is a dog, and labradog is a animal. So labradog is a dog and labradog is an animal. So labradog is indirectly a animal. One more interesting thing I can show you here. Just a minute. One more important thing I can discuss. There is one parent class in Java. There is one parent class in Java which is called your object class. So we have java.langpackage.object. So this is the topmost parent class for each object, and that's why everything is object in Java, because every class is indirectly extending this object class, or you can say here is a. So what I can say here, labradog is an animal, labradog is an animal. See this, labradog is a dog, labradog is an animal, and labradog is a object. So cat is a animal and cat is a object. So everything is object in Java. Every class which is present in your Java library extending this class. So for example, I can write here object is extended in string class. So this string is a object, like this. So string is a object. So either directly or indirectly it is inheriting your object class. So we can see here string is a object. Here we have some more objects like your different classes. We have like integer is a object. See, we have already seen here like thread. So thread is a object. So all these classes are derived from the object class. So that's why we call that everything is object in Java. Why? Because all classes are derived from the object class. So everything is object. Now I'm going to take a simple example. I'm going to write a code here to understand this philosophy programmatically, and we also discussed in this series about the uh, generalization, and two more things we have to understand here: generalization and specialization. So these two things more we have to cover up, and probably I will cover up these things in the coming videos. And but the most important thing and the advisable thing is go to the demo series and go through the complete video which is based on inheritance. I already covered that video, go through the revision. And now here I have done a small and quick revision, which is not complete, but the complete video you have to go through the initial demo series. Okay, now let's have an example for the inheritance. Create a blank project here. It's a simple Java project I'm going to create. Inheritance application, I'm going to talk here a simple inheritance example. In this work directory I'm going to save this program. Okay, I've got a blank project here. Now create a class here. So this is my class, I call it test inheritance, inheritance. This is my simple class. This is my simple class. Now I'm going to create here one more class. This is animal, as recently I described in the slide. So this is my animal class, and I have a method here, and this is void eat. This is as out and animal eating. It's a simple message. Now I'm going to take the name of the animal here. So this is a private property, because a class can have properties and methods, and I'm going to print the name of the animal here. Now add one more method here. This is run. So as out animal running, this is another message, and now print the name here also. Okay, fine. This is my animal class, it is ready. Now go to the child class. I'm going to create one more class here. In actual project scenarios, we recommend to create one file one class concept. Means I should write only one class in one .java file, but for learning purpose I'm going to keep my multiple classes in the same file. So this is just for readability. It will increase the readability of your program for the training purpose, but in the actual practices you should go through the one file one class technique. Okay, hope so you will follow all the guidelines. You can trust on my words. Now I'm going to create here a class, it's a dog. And now how the dog will become animal, dog extends animal. This is very important. Without using this extends keyword I cannot inherit. And I can add here new feature, like I can add here a method. Let me copy from its bark method. I'm going to add for the dog, and this is dog barking, and I'm not interested in printing this value. In fact, this private property is not inherited. So this is your private property, and this property is not inherited to the dog. No problem. Fine, I'm going to create one more child class here. I'm going to create a child class here, cat, as I described in the diagram. So cat is an animal, and I'm going to put a method here, bite. So this is cat biting. It's a simple message, it's a cat biting. Fine, I have done the program here. Now it's time to test your program in this main class. So this is your main class. Program execution will be started from this class, and create the object for the dog. So there are two different approaches to use inheritance, either through the generalization or through the specialization. So I'm going to use here specialization style. Specialization means when you are talking about the cat is a specialized object in animal category. So when you are talking about labrador is a specific category in the animals. So when you are talking about the dog are the specific kind of animals in the category, in the animal category. So when you are moving downwards in this category, you are specialized, and when you are moving upwards in this category, you will be generalized. So this is your generalized direction, and this is your specialized direction. So cat is a specialized object, dog is a specialized object, labrador is another specialized object in the dog category. So when you are using directly dog, so that will be the specialization. So I'm using this example through the specialization style. So in case of specialization, you can directly create the object for the specific object which you required. So I directly created here dog object, and here I can call all the methods. I can call here eat method, I can call here run method, and I can call here bark method. So you can see this, I'm creating here child object, and I'm able to call here this inherited method. This is inherited method, and this is inherited method, and this is a personal method of the dog, right? But I'm able to see the all method calls here properly. Animal eating, animal running, dog barking, fine, I'm able to call all three methods. But the important thing is, this is why this is null, because we have not initialized this name property till now. So don't worry about this, we'll cover up this initialization part in the property initialization part in the next video. But here I'm able, the important thing is dog has a single method which is your bark method, but I'm able to call here two more methods on the dog. So we are able to call here three methods in the dog object, because this method is inherited method is reused here, this method is reused here, and this own method is extended here. Extended means, what is the meaning of extending? Adding new things in your child object. So we have added bark method in the child object, and that's why dog is extending the feature of animal, because animal has two features, dog has added one more, and now you have total three features, like this. Similarly, I can create here object for the cat, and in fact I can call here methods cat dot eat, cat dot run, and cat dot bark, sorry, bite. And now these are the methods. You can see this method is inherited, and it is reused here because both methods are used for the dog also. So dog and cat both are using these two methods. And this bite method is an extended method for the cat, because cat has a specific feature, and cat has a specific behavior which is your biting. So this is how you can see. So these three calls from the dog, and these three calls from the cat. Look at this: animal eating, animal running, cat biting. So these three features are called, these three methods are called for the cat. So here we can see the reusability, this eat and run, eat and run, these two methods are reusable methods here, right? So we'll talk more in this series. In the current example, this is, I'm getting here null for name, so don't worry about this. In coming video we'll sort out this and talk about how to initialize this property, how to initialize the private member in the parent object which belongs to the parent object, while creating the object for child object, for the child class. So I'm creating child object, but my duty is to initialize the parent class properties, especially the private properties. So we'll cover up this part in coming series. Thank you very much for watching.